Alright, and now we're in the PS3 version of Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Why? Because this is the only way you can see the extras. Well, aside from YouTube, obviously. So yeah, let's check out some of the concept art. There you go. This is the early concept art for Nate.
Wow, I gotta say, that first picture of Drake made it look like... His face looks like something you could just punch.
So yeah, as you can see...
Oh my god, he looks like Drake Bell. Well, in that last one.
So yeah, Bob Raffe's original vision was a bit different than the one we came up with at the end. Alright, this one is definitely 98% finished. And this is the render of the actual model. And here's the final render of the face. And here's the original Elena painting. Originally she was actually a brunette instead of a blonde.
Okay.
And here's Sullivan. Sullivan was probably the only one who was always defined from the beginning.
Alright.
You never know.
Who actually designed?
Yeah, this is definitely the work of Bob Raffe. You can I've unlocked all the concept art in Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, and it looks pretty much the same. Like you can tell this is from the same guy.
Speaking of artists, who actually did the character design? Was it Bob Raffe?
I think so. Yeah.
Huh. Went from designing stuff for like Jak and Daxter to this.
You see, the thing is, the concept art for Sonic Boom looks really good, but then you get to the actual game.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is,
it looks better than Mighty Number 9, but
well, sure, that's what happens when you're working on a PC/PS4/Xbox One game, and then Sega goes, "Oh, sorry, even though you're almost done with the game, you have to port it to the Wii U now somehow."
Wait, hold on. She was saying that you went from doing Jak and Daxter to this.
No,
I mean, it's a nice joke and all, but it's not quite applicable to the lead-in statement.
Yeah, Pedro, we can't drag in Sonic to everything.
Actually, Shira was the one who brought it up. What are you talking about? Shira was the one who brought up Rise of Lyric, but whatever.
Actually, Pedro, she was talking about how he went from Jak and Daxter to this, not to Sonic Boom.
No, I said that.
Whatever.
Oh, so Twibs was the one who apparently brought it up. So what does Shira have to do with
this? Where are we
going
with this?
Nowhere. I'll kill this conversation before it gets any worse.
So we're in the Crash Bandicoot nowhere.
And here's the guys actually. There you go. And there you go. They have a Jak 2 statue on the office.
see, Tio, they haven't forgotten their roots.
See, but that's the thing, dudes. According to, in the eyes of Teo, a studio can only work on one specific style, and they're not allowed to change.
That's not really a stasis. He just thought that they forgot their roots.
Well, whatever.
Honestly, from what I've seen, even though their different series might have different feels to them, they're still obviously derivative of their previous works.
Alright, anyway.
Though I don't think so.
So, the making of Uncharted.
Uncharted, behind the scenes, part 1. So, what was the inspiration for this game?
When we set out to work on our next-gen game for the PlayStation 3, we really wanted to do something special, something that was completely different that nobody's ever seen before. You know, we looked at what was out there, the landscape of games that were being developed, and everything sort of had this dark and gray.
So Evan Wells is cosplaying as Nathan Drake.
And we wanted to have a game that when somebody
it's a pretty easy cosplay.
Yeah, just find some battered shirt somewhere and bam, you're done.
So yeah,
there'll probably be a lot of Uncharted cosplayers at Comic-Con, actually.
I wonder if there'll be a lot of Uncharted cosplayers singing to it its final rites at E3. Since Uncharted 4 is apparently the end.
So yeah, basically everything they looked at how everything was dark and gray and in the landscape, so they decided they wanted to go the opposite way of that, which is why Uncharted.
Hi, Rock.
Everything's green and beautiful.
Which is why Uncharted looks so colorful, yeah. And here's Amy Hennig, the game director and creator of the series.
And then Jova, and then someone says, "Oops, sorry, fooled you. Rack's making Uncharted 5. This is the thief's end, we swear."
Alright, so, yeah. So
No
yeah,
skin off my
basically,
nose.
basically they wanted to do a throwback to the vintage serials from the 1940s, or for those who are not familiar with those, think of it as the gaming's equivalent of Indiana Jones.
With the look of Uncharted, we wanted it to stand out from all the other games that are being developed of the next generation consoles. We wanted it to have this lush, organic feel. We didn't want to have the same.
Back in the day when PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii were next gen.
Hiding monsters in. We wanted you to be in this lush tropical.
That seems like an eternity ago now.
You feel like you can feel the moisture in the air.
It's a stylized reality, and there's a little bit of vividness in the colors that we're choosing, but everything's got this sort of larger-than-life quality.
I gotta say, watching the PS3 version back to back with PS4 versions kind of glaring. Hi, Bruce Straley.
Yeah.
I'm glad Straley's now getting as much credit as Druckmann has, because I don't remember him getting that during The Last of Us.
No, he didn't. No, well, don't get me wrong, it's just still up in the credits, but it said director, Neil Druckmann, and then game director, Bruce Straley. But in Uncharted 4, they literally just say directed by Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley.
Okay. Hey guys, look, it's the precursor for the David Cage for the debug mode in Beyond Two Souls.
Oh, guys, look! Sony is leaking their code. Quick, hackers, record this so you can use it to hack Sony later.
So, well, the thing is,
it's taken them 9 years.
Well, the thing is,
to be fair, Sony do tend to be asking for it if the multiple hacks that happen to their OSs is anything to go by.
Well, the thing is, Webs, every game during development has that debug mode there specifically so that developers can, well, develop the game. Usually when their games are shipped, of course, they block out the access to the debug mode, or either remove it all entirely. In the case
Here's the thing, though. Sony is quite
This isn't
possibly
always
the
the
least...
case, though.
And yeah, here's the thing. Sony is quite possibly the least cautious when it comes to, locking that stuff off. Unfortunately, that also applies
I'm
to
not
a lot
mad at
of
them
their...
for
let me just mention this. So yeah, for those who don't know their history all that well, Sir Francis Drake was actually a real explorer. So basically, what the writers did was they took what was known about that explorer and basically created like a fictional. But yeah, what if Sir Francis Drake did have children?
So our hero,
That's
Nathan
awesome.
Drake, believes himself to be a descendant of Sir Francis Drake, and there's treasure out there all over the place, and it's Nathan's job to go find it.
Gameplay.
So the gameplay in Uncharted is unique. We really wanted to bring together elements that were in other games, but combine them in a way that you've never seen in a single game before.
Whoops.
So we have
Huh.
pillars of games.
Reminiscent of their tactics with Crash Bandicoot. Nice.
See, the
You know what I mean, Pedro. Like, well, them combining tactics from other games and making something unique out of it.
Well, that's the thing about Naughty Dog. Yeah. Naughty Dog's games are never exactly groundbreaking, but the thing about Naughty Dog is that they can take a concept that others have done before and do it just as good, if not better.
How does the game feel? How does the
Travis
game
McIntosh.
interact with the player?
As for what you said, see, the problem is that instead of evaluating if the new things that they're doing right now and they abandon their roots for is good on its own merits or not, because for me it's like this. For me it's like this. Okay, a studio is perfectly allowed, in my eyes, to abandon its roots as long as it's at least pursuing something that's actually,
Didn't feel good.
that they're passionate about, something that's actually when they're intentionally doing it because that's
Yeah, I
not,
mean, if they're not passionate about something, then why do it? It'll probably just go wrong because they haven't got the passion.
Rave said it best in a status on
And admittedly,
SSMB.
in some cases, they absolutely had no ability to do certain
Not to
things.
mention, Uncharted 4 has a big love letter to Crash Bandicoot fans in it that you have to play anyway. So, if anything, that's definitive proof that they haven't forgotten their roots. I mean,
Well, that's now. That doesn't exactly take out what people were saying in retrospect, mind you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely love Naughty Dog stuff, but I can see why people may have been a bit miffed with them. Especially since they apparently canned a Jack and Daxter game, which at first they were going for, but then it got darker and became Last of Us. That I understand. However, it did feel a bit like throwing them under the bus when they kind of did announce a Jack and Daxter game, and they were passionate about it at first. That kind of stuff
I can't
does
be
seem a
mad
bit
at them
tits.
because at least they're doing what they want to
Well,
do,
according-
and
well,
that it's
the-
good because of that.
Well, Joe,
Here we have
according
characters.
well, Joe, according to Evan Wells right here, actually, he said that when they were thinking of doing a new IP on the same time that they were developing Uncharted 3, that was their original idea. Go back to Jack and Dexter. However, what Neil Druckmann was
Well, I know the
envisioning.
story about Last of Us.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, it's. I think I'll just quote what Rafe said on SSMB. The people at Naughty Dog should be allowed to work on what they're passionate about, and if that's stuff like Uncharted and Last of Us, then so be it. I mean, if we get stuff like Uncharted 4, I'm all up for it, honestly, because Uncharted 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. So whatever.
I'm fine with it too. I mean, I just see where people who are annoyed with it are coming from. Because, like, well, unlike most cases, Naughty Dog actually were passionate about the Jack and Dexter thing at first.
I see where they're coming
so-
from. I just disagree.
But really just a guy in a t-shirt
Yeah.
who finds himself in a difficult situation and has to rely on his wits a lot to save the day.
Wait, just some guy in a t-shirt? So he's the human version of
He's a really
Bubsy.
cool character,
Oh,
something
God.
a little bit new and different for
Yes,
them.
but Joe, but there's one key difference.
This character is funny.
Yeah, Drake is funny.
Very curious. She has the strong
But of
intellectual
course.
mind, has a kind of unconventional beauty, and there's this immediate chemistry.
Plus, he has a good
between
script to back him up.
really
Yeah,
helps
but
drive
that's
the story.
yeah. This guy knows. This guy knows what he immediately said. There's an immediate chemistry. You got that right. Like I put it out in the playthrough. Some scenes between both of them, you can literally feel the sexual tension leaping through the screen.
World of con men.
There's nothing here, Nate. Let's just keep that between us.
Yeah.
Motion capture.
Like I said, you could cut it with a
We actually
chainsaw.
had to cast actors who had stage or TV or film experience because we were doing motion capture for all of our cinematic cutscenes. So we have real stage and film actors coming in, getting in the motion capture suit, recording their voice while they're acting out the scene. I think it's really important because you capture that moment rather than having them try to pantomime to some voice dialogue they've already recorded.
There we go.
Physicality that's demanded in doing motion capture and creating,
Yeah, something you go from these to a bunch of wires on a screen, and then you have to make a character model around them.
So this is Emily Rose, who
yeah,
so
about that
this is
thing.
Emily
was
Rose, who plays
before you
Elena.
got to the point where you would actually have particles.
She
on
actually
your
does look
face,
like
too.
Elena. Actually, she actually does look like Elena a bit.
Yeah.
Basically, here's the thing. Motion capture was a thing, but you may notice that they don't have the tiny little specs that they have to put on a motion capture actor's face. That would come later, basically, went to the point where facial.
And this is Richard
would actually come into
McGonagall, Victor Sullivan. There we go, Shiroi. Richard McGonagall, the long-lost brother of McGonagall from Harry Potter.
And the other actors that are there with you are in their costumes.
He's Sully.
Here, you all look very silly.
You can tell by the voice.
With dots on it, and so it really requires you to exercise your imagination even more.
You still there, Shiroi, by the way?
Like the three of us have this treehouse that we
I guess not.
doing
Yes.
missions,
Ah,
and
okay.
It really makes you feel like you're on an adventure.
Right.
And of course, Nolan North, the great Nolan
Just
North,
paying
isn't it?
attention.
And the great Nolan North is, of course. Oh wow, he was still pretty young here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, that's what I do.
So Deadpool here is playing Drake.
Oh, here you go.
Our
This is,
music.
you were bringing it up.
This is not a period historical adventure, it's a contemporary adventure. And so if we went with completely a classic approach to the music, kind of big orchestra, big traditional instruments used in traditional ways, to me that would have felt out of sync.
Working in the
And that's exactly why the fans are hoping for a proper remake of Final Fantasy VII soundtrack. Hold on, Amy Hannon.
Well, from what I've heard, they actually released a clean version of the trailer music
Yeah.
from the remake. It actually sounds rather good.
Opening volume mention. Yeah, this one. Well, the
Well,
music.
yeah, but you may notice it's not completely orchestral. It still has some synthesizing in it, which retains the
fine with
brilliance of
that.
the original soundtrack.
Yeah.
Incredibly orchestra does get boring. Well, for a game.
It doesn't get boring to me, but I do like the combination.
Only orchestra? I don't know, Joe, but the soundtrack of Ni no Kuni was all orchestra, and I love that soundtrack.
This would be fun to use unusual.
Actually, it does have that one track that's synthesized too, though.
Well, yeah, okay, sure.
That sounded really intriguing to me. I like that kind of stuff. You can get all sorts of strange.
Basically, Edmondson's usually a TV composer. He did stuff like Firefly.
Yeah.
He left a lot of room in the music, and he infused a lot of rhythmic excitement into the music so that it's both engaging melodically and texturally, but
Clint
it's also very
Badger
malleable.
Whatever.
Jackie and
My God, he looks a bit like Alec Baldwin, that guy.
Okay.
The adventure begins.
The adventure begins.
What, it didn't begin earlier?
Is make it a technical showcase for the PlayStation
Yeah.
So we've got a team
Yeah, we're in the extras part now.
Yeah.
I love how they literally feel that it's their responsibility to show what the PlayStation consoles can do, and well, that they do a great job at that, I guess.
There's a ton of different mechanics, but at the same time, we wanted a really good story to have Drake be a real guy, a character, somebody that I can play, that I can interact.
Well, I mean, the console's already been made, so it's up to the developers to utilize it.
But bear in mind, this game.
It's the PS3, not an easy feat at the time.
Like I said, like
and also, Shira,
And they did a damn good job.
At least in our case in Europe, this game came out only like half a year after the PS3 came out.
Oh really? Like I
Did
said,
it come out later in America then, or?
I don't know.
Like
And
I
also
said
Earlier in America, we got it on launch pretty much.
And also remember, one of the PS3 launch titles here in Europe was Sonic 06.
Well,
Yes,
that was kind
I
of the case
remember
for
that
Oh, wait,
dark
that's
time
right.
of
It
my
came out
life.
earlier for us too.
Just lose yourself in the environment, in the world.
like I said, Uncharted
Yeah,
4.
didn't we technically get Sonic 06 and 07?
Yeah.
So Sonic 07 then.
So yeah, like I was saying though about that the whole PlayStation thing. Yeah, Uncharted 4 is one serious candidate to most beautiful game ever created. All right, so it's time to meet the dogs. All right, Sherry, you've ever wondered why the company's called Naughty Dog? Well, now you know, or rather, you will know after this.
Oh.
Bonjour, bienvenue à Naughty Dog. Allô, salut, welcome to Naughty Dog. Shalom, konnichiwa.
Oh, that was Neil, by the way, in case you didn't notice.
Yeah. So you'll drop and guess like 1 second in this documentary.
Our philosophy at Naughty
There you
Dog
go.
is to make the best games possible, and then for our own personal satisfaction, make sure that we have fun while we're doing it.
We are very ambitious in a good way, the way that we want to make the games that's gonna show
Is this
us,
guy French?
our passion
Yes.
and our talent. The basic
There you go, Shiro. Basically, Shiro, that black dog is their mascot, basically. Now you know why the company's called Naughty Dog.
Oh.
Very talented people, and I think we probably have the
Yeah.
best people in the industry.
Plot twist, turns out that the dogs were working on the games.
A lot of tape, duct tape. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I get paid to make video games. Elmer's glue, it's pretty good.
The guys have really fought to keep that sort of garage developer mentality.
It's garage.
Blood, sweat, tears.
No, it's garage over here.
Gonzo, kick-ass game making.
It's garage.
It amazes me every single time I see it.
Garage sounds
Sorry,
like
guys, but the official pronunciation at Naughty Dog is garage.
Garage sounds like some failed music genre.
Artistic flair to it.
Attention to detail and to the story.
I wish to make the absolute best experience for the player.
We count on each other to push each other further than we thought we could go.
Whatever an individual cannot solve alone, we can always come up with something together.
The artists
Oh, he sounds Russian.
contribute to the game design.
Yeah, they have people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We argue a lot and we fight all the time, and
There's Neil.
other stuff is subjective, and but I think at the end of
Yeah.
the day, it's all
Yeah.
that
So yeah,
argument
here he
is
gets like
between
3
all the
seconds.
people, and the best idea rises
Well, he remembered which Neil wasn't as big a figurehead at the time.
Yeah, I know, it's just hindsight.
I know. It's kind of like when you look at
He,
Hook
the first
and Robin
game he's
Williams
worked,
isn't the leading man.
the first game he worked at Naughty Dog was Jack Free.
Can I see my family now? Naughty Dog actually started off in the 80s when
Yeah.
Jason Rubin and Andy Gavin called the company Jam Software for Jason and Andy Magic. Well, we got on the big stage back in 1996.
No guys, we can't show that Activision won't allow us.
And then when we moved on to PlayStation 2, we developed the Jack and Daxter franchise. Now here we are on the PlayStation 3, launching our brand new franchise, Uncharted: Drake's Fortune. We've grown to, you know, almost.
Weird. So they're ending Uncharted on the PS4. So I wonder if that means they have a new franchise in plan for the PS4.
Maybe.
For me, Naughty Dog,
Woof.
second family. Guys here, family, you know, close.
We do a lot of long hours, but we have fun.
Casual Friday all the time.
The humor is really
What's this? A woman video game developer.
I'll just quote what Spoonie said in that joke Spoonie made. Heh, right, a woman who plays video games. I was buying this up till now, but come on. It's a joke, by the way. So don't call me misogynist, internet.
They'll call him that anyway.
Ah, fuck.
Last demo we had, 5 minutes and 37 seconds.
Programmers know that they really have to foster a good relationship with the artist.
I think the best one was the paintball game.
It takes a team effort.
Shooting people with paintballs is just fun in general, especially when you're coworkers.
Give a ticket.
Yeah.
Call the call center. That's all I can do.
There's two French people in the company. There's me and there's Pogo. She's a French bulldog.
Pogo's a bitch.
Well, she is, scientifically speaking.
She's our dog here and the naughty dog.
Roll credits.
It's always been a tradition to have a dog mascot.
When Evan walks around with her, it's like Dr. Evil and his cat.
Bulldog.
Coming in the morning, right?
She's naughty.
You still there, Shura, by the way?
Smell it. You see what I mean?
Sitting down, getting ready to work.
She's always looking
Ah,
for
okay.
food.
Digging through trash cans.
Pogo is awesome, especially when she's in my trash can and spill everything on the floor.
Nowhere else in the game industry, the company's president is walking around cleaning after the dog.
One of the greatest feelings you can ever have in the game industry.
Well done, you're president of Naughty Dog. One of your responsibilities is to clean up after our pets.
All that effort is paid off.
For a long time, you think, is this really a game? Do we have a game? And then this moment comes along and you play it one day, and all of a sudden you realize, hey, this is actually a video game and it's fun.
For me is when I see that people can really create and work and they have everything they need to do what they really want to do for the game.
I have young nephews that always look forward to playing my games, and it's always something special to see them playing around Christmas and see their face light up, and you get to actually have a
I
hand.
wonder how it must be for his nephews to say, guys, my uncle works at Sony, Naughty Dog.
Yeah, and my dad works for the president.
And then it turns out that not only is their uncle working at Naughty Dog, he's one of the leading heads.
Alright, so now let's actually show off some of the best motion capture stuff that they have here.
On to something big.
Alright, so at the top we have the actual mocap sessions, and at the bottom we have the actual cutscene.
Letters, journals, and he recorded everything in this diary. But when he returned to England, Queen Elizabeth confiscated all his charts and logbooks, including this one, and then swore the entire crew to secrecy.
Yeah.
See, when Drake discovered something,
He did not say anything.
so secret, so valuable, they couldn't risk it getting out.
All right, Nate, just pretend for a minute that I don't really care about any of that stuff and cut to the chase.
Is he using a marker as a cigar?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Fine, then I will get to the good part just for you.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh, goddamn Dorado.
He was onto something big, all right.
Is there anything else in here?
Oh, so now you're interested, huh?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, no.
Oh, hey, Shuri.
Wait, is she back?
I hear her muttering.
Ah, okay.
Shiori, if you can hear us, knock on your microphone or something.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea, Dwebs.
have insurance, right? Oh. Oh no, the camera's fine. Don't worry about the camera. It's still as good as new.
Sully, the girl can hold her own. You should have seen her.
Fine. You go on out there and you tell her, we just found the lost city of gold. Maybe her producer can get it on the air tonight.
Come on.
Nate, do you trust me?
More or less.
Good. Because we're going to have every half-wit scumbag in the world chasing us to this treasure unless we cut her loose right now.
You're a real gentleman, Sully.
I know. It stinks. She'll get over it.
No, I don't care that we're over budget. I mean, do you realize that this could be the...
Huh, is it just me, or are the subtitles a bit out of sync with what they're saying?
They are.
I'm guessing this is part of the beta stuff.
That's how it comes across in the game.
Oh yeah, now I remember. That was one of my main issues with the original PS3 version.
I guess you should.
In the bottom left, you'll see our precursor to Detroit. Because she looks like one of the androids without their skin on.
Okay. Now for the bridge. Oh no! Wait,
Pardon
is
me
it?
for a moment.
Is it the bridge? Yeah, it is the bridge.
How does something like this happen?
See those scorch marks?
Uh-huh.
Somebody packed this place with enough gunpowder to blow it wide open. Whew. Watch where you step. Some of these boards are really falling apart.
Whoa.
Elena, I can't hold on. Give me your other hand.
I can't.
I love how they're shooting, how they're doing things separately. Oh no, actually, no, never mind. No, he's actually really pushing her. Oh, nice. Don't worry, Jova. Nolan saved Emily.
Oh, I was just grunting to signal that I'm back.
All right,
Okay.
and now to end this, let's watch the jailbreak scene.
I know I'm not a big-time treasure hunter like you, but I doubt you're gonna find the Ark of the Covenant in there. How'd you get yourself in this mess?
Trying to rescue you, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's just so sweet. Traditional sandstone brick and stucco limestone mortar.
How did you get to know so much about this?
My show, episode 4, Architects of a New World. Yep. It'll just take a tug to pull these bars out.
What? But wait, are you sure?
Hey, yeah, get out of my way, go block! Open this door!
Great. Easy, Roger.
Is he holding the script?
Yes.
Fascinating documents, huh? Seems like this Sir Francis was in my line of work.
Hey, what do you mean you betray me at the end?
Always ready to be enemies, eh? Tell you what. Lead me to the goal, and I just might let you live.
Oh, that's like.
Is that my deal? Either die now, or I help you, and I die later. You know something, Eddie? It's a tough call, but I'll take die now.
Damn you! Listen to me, maggot. I was promised treasure on this goddamn rock. And now, my men are dying. They can't even go outside to take a piss without an armed guard. And I have nothing to show for it!
And that's why bathrooms are a need, I guess.
I am making you a fair offer. You help me find the treasure, and the last man alive gets the gold. And the girl.
The girl? Oh, Eddie, the girl's long gone. She's probably off the island by now.
You're lying as bad as Bruce Straley did, you know.
You were never very good at poker. I will find.
Actually, I could so imagine this going on between Bruce Straley and the fans. Oh, guys, Crash Bandicoot's long gone. There's no way we're getting him.
No, I can. No, wait. I can squeeze through the bars.
Quick, get to the non-moving Jeep.
And there we go. So that's a constant example of how much
see you
fun.
for Uncharted 2, folks.
See you, everybody.
See you.